I remember how I used to do the bad habits, like scrolling and playing video games and all that stuff, and it turned me into a bitch. It fucked me up, and yeah, it was pleasurable right now, to scroll or just eat the junk food, but I was running my future self, and I wasn't in delaying gratification. And although I was doing the pleasurable stuff, I felt like I still felt like shit. It didn't like I didn't even enjoy doing it, and it just made me become more anxious, had me overthinking, and not present at all. Not present at all, and it just made me not feel confident. Like it didn't for me. I didn't feel confident in myself, if that makes sense. And but after some time, I found about this concept of self improvement, and I was like, damn, what is this? And then from there on, I was hooked, and my life, it drastically, it helped me more. Like self improvement helped me more. My life changed, and I feel much more better about myself. And I began staying present with people, and I acknowledged what they said. Like before, I didn't even care what they said. Like I didn't give a shit like what they did or what they did. I didn't even care because why? Because I kept on scrolling and fucking up my attention span. But now, like, I acknowledge them, and I'm like more present with them, and like I make them feel like I acknowledge what they say. I make them like feel good. I listen to what they say, ask them questions, that. And these habits, I guarantee, bro, they're gonna change your life. It's gonna change your life forever. And they make you become a better version of yourself, the version that you're supposed to be. It's not only gonna help you, but it's gonna help those around you, and it's gonna improve your life even more. And before I thought all this self improvement stuff, I thought that shit was cringe. And like, but what the fuck is this? And all that. And I gave it a try, and I have not regretted it because it changed my life and it made me become more better. And habit one is reading. And before I thought reading was like, I thought that shit was for nerds, and I don't know why, but I thought it was for like weird people that would read. But once like I found a book that I liked, I started reading. I was hooked, and for me, it makes me open minded, and I learn more a lot from reading, and it's better to be reading than just scrolling on TikTok or just watching some random bullshit from your TV or all that stuff. And I don't know why, but it just makes me feel more productive. And it's like I'm learning, and it makes me feel good about myself. I could have been on TikTok, Instagram, watching Netflix, a movie, but I decided to read. And that's something that you should be proud of. It's something. And habit number two is journaling. For me, journaling, it makes me think less. So before I started journaling, it wouldn't. It made me feel anxious. Like I kept like everything. Like I would always be overthinking over everything, like what that person said and all that. I would be thinking about like that one thing that happened years ago, and yeah, my mind was everywhere. But as I began journaling, my mind was more. It was more focused on the present. It wasn't like it wasn't wandering around. It made me become more present. And when and when I journal something that's been on my mind lately, I journal about it. It just makes me think about it less. When I write about it, and think like, okay, so this thing happened. So what can I do to fix it, or what can I do to stop thinking about it? And yeah, and habit number 3 is meditation. Now, meditation helps you stay present, and well, for me, it helped me made me become more present with people, my family, friends, and so that way, you know, wait, yeah, it helped me become more present and all that, and it doesn't make you like your mind is not wandering around or you're thinking about that thing that happened. It's basically kind of like journaling where you like write something down and you think about it less. And this is like meditation is where like where you're in the moment. You're not thinking about anything else. And like let's say you're talking with someone, you're like being present with them. You're acknowledging what they say. And I remember so many times where people would tell me stuff and it would just come out the ear, one ear out of the other one, and I just wouldn't give a shit. But now I like acknowledge people. I like when they talk about themselves. I like making them like feel acknowledged, like they're like like they're a human being, and it's great. It's great to think. It's a great wait. It feels good to know that you feel acknowledged by someone in what you're saying. It just helps you have also a greater attention span. And yeah, those are the 3 habits that changed my life.